Now we can do anything to sausages in a minute. Right, okay. Go.
Try the other side. The other side, that's it.
Go on, play with the dog, play you keep him.
I'm tired of the dog.
And finish off with that game now, guys.
Okay, so
Yes. Out. Yes. Good boy. Okay.
can't really see him.
Everyone feeling suitably revived?
Knackered.
Knackered. You and me both, you and me both. I need some more coffee. Gin. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to put together some of the skills that we learned in the first part of the session. So that heel position. And teaching our dog to start moving around with us. So we're going to bring the energy level back down a little bit. You don't need a huge amount of room for this, but we are going to be moving around a little bit. What I want you to do is to do a few warm-up goes of your heel position. So getting your dog into heel position, throwing the food out, getting them into heel position, throwing the food out. And then when they get next to you, I want you to move forwards with them a little tiny bit. So you're starting to build a travel. If they move away from your side, just gather them back up and make sure they're there. And I just want you to take 1 or 2 steps, and then I want you to be rewarding them. I'll show you. Spoiler. Heel. Yes. So I'm going to throw the food away a couple of times. Dozy dog needs to see it. Spoiler. Heel. Come on. So I'm chucking the food away. Next time when he forms up, I'm going to move just ever so slightly a couple of paces forward. Spud. Heel. Yes. Move forwards. Yes. And then throw the treat away. Yeah. So he's going to come back to me. Move a few more paces. Yes. And then throw the food away. Bully. Yeah. Move around a little bit more, and then throw the food away from you. If you're using the food as a lure and your dog's staring at it, that's fine at this stage because we will be fading it out. But I want your dog to move a couple of steps just with you in that heel position. Off you go.
Our dog's having a drink. He's been in the desert all morning, obviously.
Oh, bless him.
Run out of water.
Yes. Get your foot off.
Heel.
Heel. Heel. Heel. Yes. Fly. Heel.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice work with Clyde there. That's awesome.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's throw it away first, Joe.
Buddy.
Yeah. And then call him.
Lay down.
Call him.
Tie heel.
Good boy.
Then walk forward.
Yes.
Go get it. Where is it? Find it.
Heel.
Call him.
Oh, he's still trying to get his thing.
Has he got it? No, I think so.
Fine.
Really lovely work with Kaiju there. Really lovely.
Yes. Yes.
Fine.
Lovely. Really, really nice work with Kaiju. Fab.
Yes. Fine. Heel. Yes. Five heel.
Yes.
Get him to come around.
Ready?
And then walk forward all the way.
Good boy. Yes. Five heel.
Yes.
Yes.
Lovely.
Boy. Good boy. Yes. Boy.
Finish finish off on the one you're on, guys. Right, because we're adapting everything, because we're needing to change what we're doing, because we're all indoors so much at the moment. I don't know how much space everyone's got, so I'm lucky I've got lots and lots of room in the garden, but not everybody has that. So we can do this on in a really small scale, and then when you start taking it out into the world, it's going to work just as fine as long as you practiced it. So we need to start changing direction. So we're calling our dogs to us in that heel position, taking a few steps forward, and now I want you to start incorporating a turn. Don't walk too far with this one, but I just want you to start putting a little bit of a turn on it. Hang on, I'll just change the angle so you can see the dog. There you go. Come on. Spud heel. So I'm going to move off. I'm going to start to turn. Yes. And I'm going to throw the food. Spud. Yeah. Heel. Move off. Start to turn. Yes. And off for the treat. And then I want you to start varying the direction. Yeah. Heel. So I'm going to move this way. I'm always turning to my right because my dog's on my left, but it can't always work that way. So I also want you to be able to turn to your left. Yes. Good boy. Off you go, guys.
Really? Here. 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 Okay. No. Here. 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 Yes. Here. Right. Here. 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 Yes. Here. Here. Yes. Bunny. Here. Right. Here. Here.
Alana?
Yes. Heel.
You've got your lovely hand up for your cue for your heel.
Heel.
See if you can fade it out a tiny bit.
Ooh. Yes. Heel. How do I fade it out? Heel.
So start with her there and then just lift it up and put it back down, or lift it up and put it back down a little bit.
Like.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Start with that one.
Heel.
And then start varying your hand movements, like touching your face, putting your hands on your head.
Yes. Heel.
Good.
Heel. Heel. Yes.
Lovely.
Yes. Over there, idiot.
Really nice. I know you can't. I know there's nothing else you can do with your arm, but I don't want her to only do it when your hand is there.
Heel. 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 Here. Here. This way. This way. Yes.
Hey, go Clyde.
Here. Yes. Sit. Here. Ready? Here. Ready. Here. Here. Round. Right. Yes. This way. Here. Here. Okay. Here. Ready? Here. 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 Yes.
Really lovely. Really lovely.
Yes.
So you're with Clyde, you guys are using a nice verbal cue. What we need to make sure though is that we don't have to keep saying heel, 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 heel to keep him there. I only use the command heel to get the dog in the position. And then after that, once they're in that position, until I release them, they stay at my side.
Heel.
So if you can, fade out. Now, obviously use it to get the dog in the position, but fade out so you don't have to keep saying it and saying it.
Okay.
Cool.
Yes. Here. Ollie. Here. Here. Here.
Really good with Clyde. See if you can go in the opposite direction, so you have to turn into him now. If you do left turns, it'll be much harder for him and he'll have to figure out where to put his body.
Okay. Here. Yes. Here. 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 Here.
Lovely. You might need to slow it down when you're turning left into him.
Yes. Yes.
Just a note on your heel position with Clyde, when you're getting him into that initial position, when you're doing, I'll show you, when you're doing your round to get him in there, you're just kind of here. He's presenting himself perpendicular
I
to
can't
you.
see you a minute.
Oh, hang on. I can only see you. Hang on. I'll make you go. I'll go big. Hang on. There we go. Yeah. So when you're doing your heel position, you're just doing a little flap there. If you do a further back one, it gives your big dog more room to actually get himself where you want him to be.
Okay.
I know you've only got a tiny bit of space, but just make sure when you're asking him to do it, he can do it.
Okay.
And just if you go further back with your command, otherwise you're just going to teach a little spin in front of you.
Yeah.
And all you really want to do is get him into that position. Have another quick go and I'll watch.
Okay. Clive. Oh, he's found something under the sofa.
Excellent.
I do clean under my sofas. Clive, come. Here, come. Clive, come. Come. Clive. Here. Clive. Yes.
We only need one more out of you, Clyde. One more.
Come on. I think he's knocked the sausage or something under there. That's fine. Come here. Didn't have enough room there, did I?
That's it. That's it. There you go. That's what you want.
Yes.
It might have been just because you were in the doorway. I can't really tell how close you are to it, but I don't think he could get where you wanted him to be.
No.
Good. Good though. Really nice. Really lovely. Awesome. Good work, guys.
I'll have a look under the sofa.
Okay, take 5 just for a second, guys, and we'll come back for our last exercise.
Oh, go and get some water. Come on. Yeah. Bunny. Yeah, he pushed it under the sofa. Water? What's this? Yeah.
Worn out, aren't you, eh? You're worn out.
Hello all. I'm back. Shout out when you're back and ready.
I'm back.
Yeah, we're ready.
Hey.
Really?
I do.
Okay, cool. Say your dog's name if you're ready. 'Cause I can't tell who's who.
Bunny.
Really?
Bonzo.
Clyde's back.
Yeah, Clive's here.
Fab. Good. Awesome. Lovely. So the last thing I want to go through is oh, hang on, I've lost my dog. Oh, here he is. The last thing I want to go through is an auto sit. This is really useful for getting your dog to just stop when you're crossing roads and things. What we're going to do is we're going to get the heel position, move forwards a couple of paces, and then instead of just tossing the treat, I want you to raise the treat slightly so that your dog sits. So essentially, every time you stop, your dog will learn to sit. I'll do you a very quick demo. Spud, heel. So we're going to walk, he's in heel position. I stop, he sits. Yes, let's go. I stop again, he still sits. His default, when I stop moving, is that he sits. Yes, and how I taught that is when you move around, if you hold a treat in your hand as you're moving and you raise it up just a little bit, yes, your dog will sit. Then you can mark it and reward them. Don't be flicking the food away from you at this time. You just want your dog to be that close to you and having that nice sit next to you. One more demo. Let's go.
Yes.
Yes. Let's go. Yes, we can even do it from a trot. Off you go.
Clive, heel. Clive, heel. Clive, heel.
Really? Come on then. Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
Sit. Yes. Good boy.
Yes.
Good boy. Hmm?
Here. Here.
Beautiful with Kaiju, really nice.
Clyde, heel.
Bunny, heel. Heel. Yes. Right, let's go. Come on.
Yes. Good boy.
This way. Come on.
Just something.
Yes.
Clyde, heel.
Bunny, heel. 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 Come on. Heel. Heel. Yes. Come on, this way.
Yes. Good boy.
Yes.
Alana, Ingrid's so ponderous when she sits down.
Bunny, heel.
She's so ponderous when she sits down. She's like,
Yes. Good boy. One more. Clyde, heel.
Yes.
Heel. Didn't work.
Bunny,
Heel.
bunny, heel. Heel. Heel.
Heel.
Getting a sausage.
Yes.
Ready?
Boy. Good boy. You go. I've got nothing left.
Yes. Oh, you look quite funny, don't you? Yes.
and finish off on the one you're on, guys. Go to bed. Hey, Clyde, how are you?
In rude health.
Good.
Good boy.
Awesome. Finish off, guys, and listen in.
Good boy. Boy. Good boy.
Yeah, done.
Cool. So, just to recap what we've covered today, we covered response to name, which is so important. I wish I taught Spud more of that when he was a puppy, to be honest. I really do. So I really wish if there's one thing I could have done, I would have made a better response to name. We also covered our heel position. Everyone's heel position is really lovely that I could see. Those of you that I can't see, it's absolutely fine. I don't need you to put your videos out there for everyone to see. I hate it at the best of times. But feel free to send me some WhatsApp videos on my business number of you doing it so that I can critique it to make sure that there might be things that I can help you with if it's not going quite how you wanted it to. Then we started to do the heel position in moving. We did the heel position turns left and right, keeping our dogs where we were. And then we very quickly covered auto sits at the end. So yeah, we did tons today, tons in that little class. I'm not too sure if the video is available and if it records. I'll have to check the settings, but if it is, it will be up for you guys to view later. And yeah, really good work. Same time, same place next week. Bye.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Good boy.
Boy.
See you all later.
Bye.
Who's that looking at the door?